Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Gentlemen's Dialogue. Hey, we're here with you again on another Friday afternoon. I'm sitting here right now with my right-hand man, Solo the Don.
Yes, sir.
Solo, what's happening, my brother? How was your week, my guy?
Man, it was hectic, but I'm glad it's over, man. The weekend is here. I'm working all weekend, man. I got a ton of work to do with the podcast and everything, but man, I don't know what I was thinking, man, but I am sore as hell. I went to the gym the other day and I got on this machine and the guy that was on it, or whoever was on it before me, their weights was like double what I normally lift. And I don't know what came over me, but before I adjusted it, I thought about it.
It's like, let me get this a shot.
Yeah. And here I am. I think I'm doing something, man. I felt it. Normally people feel it the next day. I felt it that same day. I was walking out the gym like this. People probably was thinking, they were looking at me like, oh, he think he's a tough guy. It's like, no, I can't bend past this point. Like, shit. I don't know what I was thinking, man, but hey, man, it's Friday. Happy to be here as always, man, and get another episode in and get things going, man. How you feeling, bro?
You know, I'm good, bro. And listen, I feel I'm extra good because Clark Atlanta University is playing for the SIAC football championship tomorrow. So hey, man, look, and for those of you, especially alumni, and you know, this is like this never happens. We're never good enough to go to the SIAC championship, but this year it was good, and I think it matches our homecoming. Our homecoming was man, as the little kid I hear all the time right here on the near the bus stop. Yeah. Man, it was lit. Man, even if you had never heard the word lit, if you came to Clark AU's homecoming,
right,
you would know what the word lit is.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a ball, man. We as we always do, man.
That's awesome.
As we always do. You know, I ran into a couple issues where, they never have enough ticket scanners, and then all of a sudden scanners don't work.
Right.
So now you're waiting and waiting and waiting. Oh, ticket scanners don't work. I was like, you know what? You don't even need to scan my ticket.
Yeah.
Here it is. Just let me in. I'm not coming back out. So it's not like I need to re-enter. Once I'm in, I'm in.
Yeah.
That was the only negative thing that I experienced at homecoming, man. Unlike, the unfortunate incident that happened at Tuskegee University, man.
Right.
There's always, for some reason, there's always a knucklehead that has to think that they have to do something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
There was a life lost. There were some other people that were injured. And again, I don't know why, especially at our HBCU homecomings, man. Like more recently, there's always a nut that decides to show up,
right,
just to wreak havoc. Everybody else is having a wonderful time. We're having a good time. And here comes this knucklehead, or a couple knuckleheads that come in, man, and cause problems.
Yeah.
And people, man, look, you know what? I know that I'm not talking to anybody who's looking at us now, but we got to do better. Yeah, we got to do better, man.
Yeah,
but anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, hop into the show. Solo, what we talking about today, my brother?
Man, chasing perfection. Because the thing, I was thinking about it the other day. I saw this, and some of you people listening may or may not be familiar with this viral video of this chick on Facebook. And, she was talking about how the last weekend she went on this date with this guy, and, they were in the city. They went to a nice restaurant. They had a good time. The conversation was great. It was their first date. He brought her flowers. He pulled out all of the stops. He paid the bill. I know a lot of people are today is some people say 50-50, some people say 100%, some people say who asks, who pays, but he paid for the bill. They had a great conversation, had a great time. Everything was wonderful until the end of the date when they were leaving. And she said that she noticed he parked across the street and she valeted. So she said she was standing there outside. She was holding on to her flowers. She got some food to go. And the valet, when the valet, the valet got her car, and the valet asked her like, okay, will this be cash or card? And she said, she kind of sat there for a second to see if he was going to say something, and he didn't say anything. So then she said, card. And she said at that point, she had to like kind of maneuver around the stuff that was in her hands to get to her wallet and get to her card and pay the valet. And it was interesting because out of everything that happened, she didn't say, the guy was weird. She didn't say, he was a creep, or he just kept trying to, make everything sexual because he only wanted one thing. Everything was perfect except for paying for the valet. And it made me think, and it's like, if you had this perfect date, could have been almost near perfect man for you, potentially. And if it was going somewhere, you really want to throw all that away because he didn't pay for a valet, even though he paid for the food. He paid for her to take food home. I don't know if it was for her kid, or maybe she wanted some for the next day, or if it was just leftovers, whatever. But it made me think, and it's like, why would you, if you got something good, why would you throw away out of 100% of a situation? If you got 80% of what you want, why would you throw that away because you didn't get the other 20 on top of it? Steve, if you had $100 bill, 5 20s on the table right now, why would you say, you know what? I don't want these. Ignore the 80. I want the 20. You wouldn't throw the 80 away just to get the 20.
That's correct.
So it's like, and it made me think, and it's like so many people, I think that's why a lot of people are probably alone today, because it seems like a lot of people are chasing perfection. And, they always say follow the 80-20 rule, because, you as long as you got your 80%, your non-negotiables, as long as your deal breakers aren't crossing the line in that area, if you have most of what you want, just go for it.
So no, I mean, you have to pick your battles.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yep.
So in other words, and let's just use the example you used. So they went out to dinner. Right. Let's just say they went to my favorite spot. Let's just say they went to Bones.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's say let's just say dinner came to $250.
Okay.
Dinner, drinks, dessert. Yeah, you said, well, we used Bones. We took something home. It's $300.
Yeah.
But so he spends this. They get outside. She's carrying her flowers. And then valet comes up. And she looks at him like, okay, dude, you got this, right?
Yeah.
And because he didn't, she got upset. Decided she didn't want to go back out ever with him again.
Yeah.
Typically, to me, in a situation like that, it sounds like she just wanted a free meal.
Yeah, right. And a lot of people said that. A lot of people said that.
Okay, so that's just what it sounds like to me, because if you do that, and sometimes to me too, that would tell me as a man, she had her opinion, but I think my opinion would have been like, wow, you know what? I escaped a bullet.
Yeah, for real.
Because if she acts like this over a valet, $3 valet, and some people would probably say, well, it's the principle. I can hear some people saying, well, it's the principle. The gentleman thing would be for him to pay for the valet. I don't know if I necessarily agree.
I don't.
With that piece of it. I can see if we're talking about something other than a $5 valet or $4 valet, whatever.
Exactly.
People, it depends on, tip or whatever. But for me, it's like, okay, if I saw this type of behavior and attitude in response to this, you get involved with something like a situation like that, then more than likely you're gonna have problems down the line. So I think personally he escaped something that he would probably going to be sorry for and regret later on down the line.
Right.
I think I just, for me, most women and I would say most of the women that I know, if they go out with a guy, had a great time, great dinner, guy bought the roses, and when it was time to go, hey, going separate ways, hey, because they drove 2 cars.
Right.
I don't think that most of the women I know, I don't think of the women that I know would have gotten an attitude because he didn't pay for the valet.
Right.
Now, maybe the attitude would have been, can you hold my stuff?
Right. Yeah.
While I get my card out, to tip the valet guy or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
That piece, I can get, man. But outside of that, I don't get it. I don't know. And maybe, a lot of times we do, everybody wants the perfect situation.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
But no individual is perfect. So there are going to be some nuances that you're going to have to sometimes ignore, and that's almost like, couples been together forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the guy snores.
Right.
Maybe she snores. Do you destroy a wonderful relationship because of that?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you look at that, you're like, okay, but that's minor. Now, it's different if, oh yeah, I'm leaving because he or she puts their hands on me.
Right.
That's different.
Right.
But the small things, we have to learn to stop sweating the small stuff.
Yeah, we do.
We allow the small things in life to turn in from a ant literally an ant hole to an ant molehill.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we make things worse than they really are or even should be.
Yeah.
But that's an odd scenario to even opinion on, because I'm sure you can ask 100 people.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be split down the middle. Yeah, she was right. Yeah, he didn't pay for valet. Yep. Yeah, she should have let him go and not dealt with him anymore. And other half would have probably say, you know what, dude, if she was pissed off at that, hey, you don't want to deal with that anyway. So yeah, but that was a very odd, and I see some of the wildest stuff on Facebook anyway, man. I see, and sometimes I'm just like, it's got to be, this can't be real. I can't believe I'm seeing somebody literally go on Facebook and say, oh yeah, I broke up with my girl because, I told her I wanted a watch for my birthday and she got me a bracelet. And it's like, then I look down, man, they got 50,000 views. Right. Like, talking about stuff like that. I'm like, come on, man, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. But it happens, man. It happens.
Yeah. Right. The internet is a strange place, man. And I hate to see people throw away good situations over nothing. But you did bring up a good point, because I think it's like you said, I think maybe she just wasn't really feeling the guy, because I've noticed when, and I mean, really, it goes both ways, but like when you're dealing with somebody and let's say maybe the attraction, there's a little bit of attraction, but it's not really there.
Right.
It's like,
and you know what? It's kind of like, maybe it'll grow on me later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, and what's funny? A lot of people who are married now, a lot of people, man, that I know personally have said, yeah, I wasn't feeling her. I was not feeling
I
him.
hear that a
when
lot.
we first went out.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what?
I hear that so much.
I did not want to be involved with this joker. And then all of a sudden, you know, time goes on. You get to know that person, and you get to really, really understand and get to know them from the inside.
Right.
See, because and many of us, we're, you know, unfortunately, you know, who we see is what we see first.
Oh yeah.
The outside, right?
Yep.
And it's just like, you know, as we, you know, come up to Christmas time, you know, it's just like that gift box. It's so beautifully wrapped.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm talking about the kind of like when you take your boxes to the mall and you pay somebody to wrap them like they have the wrapping stations.
Right.
You know, and it's so perfect, right? And, you know, we are usually so in awe of the exterior that we lose sight and focus of what's on the interior.
That's real.
And that's not just, you know, I used a gift box for Christmas as an example, but it's like that out here in these streets.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times we're too focused on the appearance, what the person looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You can't look at that and think that that's the only thing. Again, the outside is the first thing that we do see.
Right.
But it's a lot of times it is. It's the interior. I know some beautiful, ugly people.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
I know what you mean.
I know some ugly, beautiful people.
Yeah.
And when you start judging people more about based on their character, what's on the inside, that's how you wind up finding real happiness with people. That outside fades, man.
It does.
You know,
yeah.
That outside fades, bro. And I look at people, for example, that I've known all of my life.
Okay.
Even most of my life. And I remember how they looked when we were much, 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 much younger.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, you know, we go into adulthood, and as you start getting older, you know, sometimes you're out. Man, I've seen people that, you know, have like, yo, hey, Steve, what's up? You know, I'm looking at them like, what's up?
Yeah.
But I'm looking like, who is this?
Right, yeah.
I don't know who this person is.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you start talking and they remind you like, oh man, I'm such a, and you're like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Because not everybody ages well.
Right.
This is why, man, this is why too, you have to try to live your life in a fashion that is somewhat, you know, as healthy as possible, as stress-free as possible. Stress will make you age like hell.
Man, for real. Yeah.
I mean, man, I ran into a girl not long ago, that I probably hadn't seen in probably maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
Bruh, she was like, she aged 40 years in 10.
Right.
Then I ran into two old homeboys at a gas station.
Yeah.
And one of them, was like, yo, Louis. So if I hear you call me Louis,
okay.
then I know you know me,
right?
Like, and it was like, yo, Louis. So I'm looking at the dude, right? But he's like, Louis, and he's walking toward me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now mind you, you know, I'm like, okay, bro, this ain't gonna end well. You keep walking up.
Yeah.
And then he was like, dude. And when he did that, I recognized him.
Okay.
But he didn't have any front teeth. And that's probably part of the reason why I didn't recognize him.
Right.
But you know, you look different with teeth versus without teeth, right? So I looked and he was like, yo, what's up, dog? Da, da, da. And I looked at it, I was like, you know, damn, bruh, he's been living a hard life.
Right.
You know, and sometimes it's not necessarily a hard life. Don't get me wrong, you know, health matters and health issues can also cause that. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the people who tried to live a very fast life in the streets.
Yeah.
Man, the streets are undefeated.
Okay. Seriously.
The streets are undefeated. And so I would see people, man, and even now, man, I see people, man, I'm like, yo, man, they look old as hell.
Yeah, for real.
Like, damn, bro, you look like older than my granddaddy, dog. And it's just that street life.
Yeah.
That street life, man. Smoking 100 Black and Miles a week.
Right.
Drinking 7-8 bottles of hen a week. Not getting sleep. Mixing up stuff, and drinking it. I mean, it's just it's that lifestyle that will actually kind of it wreaks havoc on you.
It really does.
It wreaks havoc, man.
It does.
Man, I remember, I'm telling you, man. I remember this chick, man. Man, this chick, man, was so fine in college.
Yeah, yeah.
And this chick was like the finest, man. She was one of the finest chicks I'd ever seen in the AU Center, bro. That means I'm saying the whole AU Center. That's Morris Brown, that's Clark AU, and Spelman.
Okay.
And if you want to throw in the ITC, the theological school, then you can do that too.
Okay.
But that was one of the finest chicks I'd ever seen in my life, bro.
Yeah.
I ran into her at Publix. I don't know. And it wasn't because of illness, because I wound up talking to her because we recognize each other.
Yeah.
She told me, she was like, I hadn't been living right. Because and maybe the look on my face was like, I think the look on my face must have been like, man, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah, right.
What the hell is going on with you? Like,
Right.
Are you okay? But she was like, oh yeah, I'm fine. She was like, these streets, she's like, I got out. She said, she's financial aid. Her financial aid got screwed up, which happens so frequently, man. We got to figure out, how to get that stuff resolved. That's a whole nother issue. But
yeah.
And then she said, hey, I started working, didn't finish. I didn't finish. But she was just like, I had some friends that were out in the streets, and I was out hanging out in the streets, and the streets won. It took a toll. And I mean, and she literally looked, man, like she was like 74, 75 years old.
Oh my God.
She's probably late 40s, maybe 40s. But yeah, it was rough, man. But that's the stuff you see. And I don't even know how I got on that subject talking about the gift, from the outside, we judge a lot from the exterior, and that's not what we should be doing. The exterior is what makes you smile, right? Mm-hmm. The interior is what makes you stay.
I like that.
You passing by, man, you see somebody, man, and just, you see the girl is just beautiful, gorgeous. On the inside, you're smiling like, boy, she's nice.
Oh yeah.
Then you get to know the person, and you realize they are just as beautiful on the inside as the outside. Brother, when you get that,
yeah,
then you got something.
Absolutely.
Man, you got something, bro. You got a Dove bar, dog.
For
you
real.
you got something, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, it's the thought, the inside, it's the character. Just like, when you were growing up, I don't know, you probably too young, you probably didn't do this, but I remember in school,
okay,
right? We would always make, we weren't buying gift cards. Because everything was always arts and crafts, because we had arts and crafts. So we were always making stuff, construction paper,
okay,
glitter, glue. You're always making something for your mom.
Yeah,
and it was for Mother's Day, for birthday, for Christmas. You made your Christmas cards, and then you made smiley face plates with that dry
macaroni?
with that dry ass macaroni.
Yep.
Yeah. And then sometimes you would make necklaces out of it. You make bracelets out of it.
Right.
And then you would just make some stuff, that the teacher just didn't want to teach that day. And she's like, we're about to pull out some glue
Yeah,
and some magic markers and stuff, and we just gonna make something because y'all are getting on my damn nerves today.
Right.
So, but then you think about it, right? You give, and back in the day, man, and you would give your mom this gift that you made.
Yeah.
A macaroni necklace, right? Your mother would smile from ear to ear because it was the gift. The presentation of it, it wasn't in a beautiful box with a bow.
Yeah.
But because she knew that it was given to her out of love, that's what was cool.
Right.
I wish you would now. If you married, make your wife a macaroni necklace.
Yeah.
And say, happy anniversary. I mean,
yeah.
Because now, I'm telling you, and when you look, and I look at stuff like this, because, a lot of parents keep this stuff, man.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
Yep.
And to this day, those macaroni are still on those plates.
Yeah.
So that lets you know that was either some really, really good glue, that Elmer's glue back in the day.
Yeah.
It was made different, bro.
Right.
That glue, man, now, bro, it won't hold two popsicle sticks together. But back then,
yeah,
the smiley face with an eye, and the eyes were made out of macaroni. Everything was made out of macaroni.
You're right. Yeah, it was.
I think I can't remember if the eye was a button, something, but
yeah,
the pupil eye, whatever, it was a button. I can't remember, but whatever it was. But even now, you look at that stuff, man, you're like, man, that thing is ugly as hell.
Yeah, right.
But man, my mama loved on me, hugged on me when I gave her that ugly ass macaroni plate.
Right.
Because it wasn't about the package itself. It was about the love that was behind it. Yeah. When you gave it to your mother.
That's real.
And when you saw her smile, that made your day even more, right? Mm-hmm. You're at an age, you ain't making no money. You can't, most kids didn't have any money to go buy their mom a special card or a special gift.
Right.
So that's why, we made it.
Yeah. True.
Kids now, they don't really understand that part of it. And I'm sure they're still doing arts and crafts in school, because when in schools I go visit, man, and, and when I'm going to read to kids, they are doing some stuff, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Right. It's not the same, man. We made stuff out of stuff that didn't even match.
Yeah, true.
Like, your left eye was blue, and the right eye was black, and the macaroni smile was never straight,
right?
Because you had to draw the glue on the paper first, and then put the macaroni on top, and the person always looked like they were frowning instead of smiling, and then you just took your magic marker and drew these squares that looked like square chiclets in their teeth, and that was the teeth,
right?
But man, you were having fun, you had fun making it, but you know what? We weren't playing PlayStation 5. We weren't playing, all of those video games, man. Operation Desert Storm and Grand Theft Auto. We had video games. We weren't into video games like this. We had fun. We knew how to, man. We stayed outside.
Yeah.
From sun up.
Yeah.
To sundown.
Okay.
And you know what, man? I was just thinking, I'm like, man, you know what? A lot of us were some stinking kids.
Yeah.
Because we stayed outside and played all day.
Right.
Your mother was like, boy, you smell like outdoors.
Yeah.
I used to think, man, what the hell? I've been outside. What else should I smell like?
For real, right?
But then after when I had a son, I was like, okay, damn, I know what she meant by outdoors.
Yeah.
Get your ass in there and take a shower, man. Stink pot. Boy, get in there and take a shower, man. But yeah, man. But times. And those were good times, man.
Yeah, they was.
And times have changed, everywhere. That's just how life has gone in a different direction. And though, we are getting better and learning more as it relates to technology, but the humanistic side of people, that's the part that is no longer where it was.
Right.
People don't speak the way they used to speak to you. People just aren't as friendly as they used to be.
I've noticed that.
Right?
Yep.
But and maybe some of that is out of fear. Sometimes I think there's so much fear in the world today that people are even afraid to speak.
Yeah.
But we have to stop being afraid, man. We gotta live, man. Just like we said last week, we have to live. We have to get out, live, enjoy life, enjoy the people that are around you every day, man.
Absolutely.
You gotta remember to tell people that you love them.
Yeah.
We always assume that we have until tomorrow to say, I love you. I care about you. You mean the world to me. Man, life is, it can end as quickly as a flash.
That's so
a
true.
blink of the eye. So don't wait until tomorrow to tell those people that you care about them.
Right.
Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until later on today or tonight. The minute you pick up the phone and you call them and say, hey, you know what? Hey, I just called to tell you I love you.
Yeah.
Hey, I just called to tell you, hey, man, you mean the world to me. That's I don't care who it is.
Right.
Your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I love y'all, dog. Hey, a lot of times, and that's what I'm saying. You say, hey, man, look. Remember, you might just give an example. Man, I was going through something a few months ago, man.
Yeah.
Every one of y'all stood by my side, man, and y'all saw me through that.
Right.
I love y'all for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for that.
For real.
And that's what we have to do more of. But we don't, man. And so I see us generationally, that's it.
Yeah.
Splitting.
I got you.
And we're splitting. We're moving in different directions. And versus the generations coming together and sharing information, the generations are separating because there's so many vast differences between the two that we don't focus on the commonalities. We're focusing on the differences.
Right.
And when you focus on the differences, that's where you have the problem.
Yeah.
And it's the same way in a relationship. When we focus on the negative versus what is working.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's focus on what's working. And
That's
one by
real.
one, we'll worry about what's not working, but we'll tackle those one at a time.
Right.
But in the meantime, let's focus on what's working. And couples, find out, on this weekend, sit down and talk to your significant other and say, hey, you know what? What do you like about me? Or what is it that I do that you like? Or what is it that I do that you love?
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure I do more of that.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to focus on what I do right.
Yep.
That you like or you love. What is it about my personality that you like? Because I want that to shine more. And then later on, you can talk about, okay, now, what do I do that pisses you off? Because the stuff that you like, I want to do more of.
Right.
And the stuff that you don't like, I want to do less.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the communication. And sometimes we have to sit down and literally have a relationship checkup.
Yeah. Yep.
You sit down, put on some jazz, pour a couple glasses of wine, or one glass of wine, one glass of bourbon. I'm always talk about the bourbon. I love bourbon.
Right.
But yeah, you talk about it and it's like, now let's sit down. No distractions.
Yeah.
And because a lot of times the world's so busy, we're so constantly moving, we don't even have time to sit down and talk to our loved ones. Families don't even eat dinner together anymore.
Yeah, right.
You got 2 kids, 1 kid is eating in this room, 1 kid is eating in this room watching TV.
Yeah.
The wife is doing her own thing. She's on the phone with her 2 sisters on a call.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're on a call and you're eating, and then all of a sudden you look up, you're like, damn, we hadn't eaten together in months.
Yeah, for real.
When families back in the day, I wish you would try to eat somewhere other than the table with your family.
Right.
That's how family members, and especially parents, grandparents and parents, that's how they were able to keep up with what was going on in your life.
Yeah.
As a youngster.
Right.
Because they'd ask you a question and that's why it was so important. They needed to see you face to face.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you tell them something, they can look at you and know if you're telling the truth or you lying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, that is what it is, and that's why face-to-face conversations, face-to-face sit-downs are so important.
Yes.
Sometimes we talk on the phone and we say something over the phone. It may sound a certain way, but that wasn't the intent.
Right.
You have to see the full picture.
Yeah.
You got to see the person's facial expressions.
Yeah.
You got to see their bodily movements when they're talking about something so that you understand fully what the intent was when they said something.
Right.
Versus everything is now text message.
Yeah.
Somebody, you shoot a text and text is there. And don't get me wrong, texting is okay. But nothing beats the old-fashioned conversation. Whether you're talking to the person over the phone or whether you're talking to the person in person.
Yeah.
But that's what you want. You need that. Relationships need that. People need that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how you spread love.
Yeah.
You can't spread love over a text message.
For real.
Right? You got to spread love in person. You know, I've always had a habit, you know, and you know, and people know me, man. Sometimes, man, I'll meet a couple friends out for a drink, and when I leave my friends, man,
right.
we dap up and hug.
Yeah.
That's just what we do. I dap you up, man. I love you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Holler at you later. Hey, bro, everybody, hey, y'all let me know when you got home safely.
Yeah.
It's another thing. I make sure, hey man, y'all let me know we made it home safely, this and that. And that, but that's me.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know again where the disconnect is out here. But we got to do better. You know, and so Solo, hey, that's why we do the podcast. That's one of the reasons why we do the podcast.
Okay.
We're just trying to spread the love and
do
whatever we can to have an impact on people.
Absolutely.
We want people to be as positive as possible. We want to see you grow. We want to see you succeed in life and just be the very best version of you that you can be.
Absolutely. So
hey man, Solo, you can wrap us up, bro.
Yeah, man, and you know you did have a good point because I remember, and it's crazy how things change because I haven't even heard like I remember when my grandmother was alive and we would be outside. We would be indecisive, especially in the summertime when it was hot. And then she'd be like, hey, stay in or stay out. Pick one.
Yeah, because y'all letting all the air out of the crib, right? Yeah. You letting flies in and my cold air out.
Yeah.
Either keep your ass in here or you take your ass outside.
Right.
Yeah, and don't come back in here. You just had some water.
Yeah.
You don't need any more water.
Right.
Yeah. I remember those days, man.
Ooh, I miss them, man. And today, it's like I always say, I guess back then the streets was outside, but I guess today the streets are online. And it's interesting because when I think about it, you know, things are supposed to change. Things are supposed to improve and move on and stuff. But it's I guess I never realized as we move up in certain areas, other areas we kind of decline and move down in. So hopefully that's one thing that'll change because there is, even though it's like we're more connected through social media and everything, but we're also like separated.
It causes, there's a connection, but that has caused a huge disconnection.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, the humanistic side.
Yeah.
We're sometimes I think we're geared too much. We're too heavy on technology.
Yes, I do too.
Which has now taken the human part of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's affected it rather.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. And guess what? It's only going to get worse.
Absolutely.
Technology is only going to get more advanced.
Yep.
More advanced and more advanced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. They even have now. They got dolls now that take the place of people.
Wow.
So it's crazy. It's like to each his own though.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. But that ain't for me.
Yeah, me neither. Because yeah. So yeah, man, I think this I think this was a good episode, man. And to everybody watching, as always, questions, comments, concerns, feedback. Do you know, we're kind of developing. We got a lot of things we're working on, but if you got something that you want to, you might want to join in, maybe on a Zoom call or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But gentlemensdialogue@gmail.com. Reach out to us. Let us know what you think. Let us know what's on your mind. Are you going through something? Do you need somebody to be like, hey, man, you can do it. Keep going. Whatever you need.
Yeah. Not like the LL Cool J.
Right. Yeah.
But listen, look, and I'm glad you brought that up. Angela and Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have y'all sitting right here because I know you all have something to say. And look, whatever you guys want to talk about, we're good. But I wanted to make sure I said that because I was just corresponding with Angie just the other day.
Gotcha.
And Nikki, who has been on my back. I mean, and when I say, because Nikki and I have been talking about getting together,
okay,
on a podcast for I think before COVID.
Oh wow, okay.
But before COVID, and I and at that time I was still like I'd rather just I'll record some on my phone for about 2 minutes.
I got you.
And I wasn't really like comfortable with like a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw her not too long ago. As a matter of fact, we met for a drink, and I told her, I said, Nikki, I said, hey, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
I said, I think I'm ready. I always remind her and the rest of my crew. They know I'm actually quite shy.
Are you kidding me?
Bruh.
This is new to me.
Bruh, let me tell you something. Hey, dog, let me tell you, man. Hey, listen. I am, hey, bro.
Make sure I'm not dreaming. Like
that's what it took me so long, bro, to even try to, man, a podcast, bro, this is crazy. I mean, I'm like, bro, I would not get, I would do maybe the audio side of it, right?
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Anybody can talk and nobody sees you.
True.
Right? But when you start doing a video version of a podcast, bro, that was different.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, I was scared as shit. I was like, man. But yeah, so like I said, people who know me, man, they know. Once you get to know me, I'm not shy.
Okay,
right.
Man,
once you get to know me, there's no shyness whatsoever.
Yeah.
But on the front end, oh man, I'm shy as a turtle, dog. As a turtle. But guess what? Nikki, Angie, I'm telling you now, we will do some podcast episodes together. I want y'all to know that. I'm telling you this today, November 15th, 2024. So, we're signing off.
Yep.
Till the next episode, everybody have a fantastic weekend.
Absolutely.